For the
Global.
kids,
Okay.
Since I prepare something for the kids. Okay, one day I will tell you a story. This is once upon a time, a very long time ago, there was a king by the name of King Rashid. And he had a wife by the name of Queen Zuleika. And King Rashid and Queen Zuleika, now this is a story, kids, okay? It's just for you guys. They lived in a huge mansion by the beach. And every morning after Fajr, they would go down to the beach and walk. Sometimes the king would be forward, ahead of the Queen Zuleika, and she would be about 50, 100 yards behind. So one morning, they were actually walking on the beach, King Rashid and Queen Zuleika. And King Rashid was about 100 yards ahead of her on the beach. And he came across this beggar building castles in the ground on the beach. And he said, what is your name? And he said, my name is Belu. And he looked at Belu, and Belu was wearing these tattered clothes. He had long beard. His hair looked like he never even combed it ever. And he looked like a beggar. And he said, my name is Belu. And then King Rashid said, Belu, what are you doing? And Belu said, I'm building castles. And King Rashid said, Belu, how much is your castle? And Belu said, my castle is $1. And if you give me $1 right now, I will pray to Allah that He in Jannah gives you a castle just like this. So King Rashid thought about it and said, for $1, you'll pray for me for a castle in Jannah? I'm not going to do it. So he walked away. About maybe 5 minutes later, Queen Zuleika came up to the same person and she said, what is your name? And he said, my name is Belu. And so Queen Zuleika said, what are you doing? He said, I'm building castles. And if you give me $1, I will pray to Allah that He gives you a castle just like this in Jannah. And Queen Zuleika didn't even think twice. She reached into her purse and gave him $1, and immediately he prayed for her, and he prayed to Allah to grant her a castle in Jannah. That night, they were sleeping, and King Rashid had a dream right before Fajr. And the dream was that he was walking through the streets of Jannah. And he was walking through all these beautiful castles. The streets were adorned with beautiful things that the Quran says about Jannah. And there were castles to the left and castles to the right. And he came across one castle, and the castle had the name Queen Zuleika. So he went up to the gate, went up to the door, and knocked on the door. And the guard came out, and a huge, big guard, and the guard said, how can I help you? He said, this is my wife's castle, Queen Zuleika. I'm King Rashid. And the guard said, there is no place for you here. You must leave. And he pushed him. And as the guard pushed the King Rashid back, King Rashid woke up from his sleep. And he could not sleep after that. So he hurried up, didn't even wait for Queen Zuleika. He hurried up, had breakfast, and went down to the beach to look for Belu. So he searched all through the beach, and he could not find Belu. He went to the left, the right, all the way towards the water, all the way back towards the mansion, and he could not find Belu at all. And just as he was about to give up, he saw Belu far away. So he ran up to him, he said, what is your name? And Belu said, my name is Belu. And he said, what are you doing? And he said, I'm building sandcastles. And if you give me money, I will pray to Allah to give you a castle in Jannah, just like this. So King Rashid was ready for this. He said, how much do you want for your castle? And Belu said, $1 billion. Because this was Iman and faith. So King Rashid said, but yesterday it was just $1. And Belu said, yes, but yesterday you were going to give me $1 in hopes that my dua would be kabul. And you had to have faith and Iman in me and Allah. But today it's $1 billion. Now my moral of the story is that the kids that are sitting here, they can have their own castle in Jannah. And how do they do this? They don't have to search for Belu. They don't have to give them $1. All they have to do is obey their mothers. The mother is the key to the Jannah castle that they will receive. If you listen to your mothers, if you do what you're told, if you obey her, then you will get the castle in Jannah because she holds the key to your castle in Jannah. That's it. Sorry, I was
No, mashallah, very nice.